Hey, I'm Major for Rabona TV. Welcome back. Today we've got some Alexis Sanchez juicy gossip. We also got a little bit of Lukaku coming at you, a little bit of Dutch Eredivisie action. And let's talk about the Premier League's next big thing. Even though he doesn't even play in the Premier League, he plays in the Serie A. We'll get there. You just wait. You just see. We'll just see. See you there. Alright, Arsenal fans, it is time to wave goodbye to Alexis Sanchez. Thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate you. Because it looks like he is almost certainly on his way out. Maybe Madrid, maybe Turin. PSG apparently think they have a pretty good chance of signing him. Or maybe he'll just f*** us all off and go to the dreaded China.
Nothing against China, obviously. Just their Chinese league that pays ridiculous amounts to players that are either past it or young and still have bright futures but decide to go and play in a league where they won't be as challenged.
So I know what you're saying. Adrian, rumors of Alexis Sanchez leaving Arsenal, there's nothing new there. And I know that. But this weekend we got a juicy little, sweet little taste of news out of Arsenal's camp. He was dropped to the bench versus Liverpool due to a training pitch bust-up, as the media likes to call it. But basically there were words had between Alexis and his teammates, and he left the Arsenal training grounds, hence getting dropped. And just look at this! Icy! Now, of course, Arsene Wenger has denied these reports, but as the manager of the club, who wouldn't? Already, people, Arsenal fans, are saying that this should be Wenger's last season at the club. So a player row, and not just any player, the best player on the team, plus this run of poor results where they've lost 4 of their last 6 matches, that ain't good. It looks like the club is sort of falling apart a little bit. So, Arsenal fans, and all fans of football really, is Sanchez staying? Is he leaving? Is he going to take off to China? Is he going to take off to Italy? Is he going to take off to Spain? Is he going to take off to the MLS? No, he's not going to. But where is he going to end up, and where do you want to see him end up? And speaking of players who've had a bit of a nebulous future lately, Sergio Aguero. After getting dropped in favor of the now injured Gabriel Jesus, Agüero has scored 5 goals in his last 3 matches. His last goal against Sunderland, which put him at 12 in the Premier League this season, means he has scored at least 12 league goals in the last 10 seasons. Though he says he intends to stay, and I personally think that he will as well, there are those out there who believe that he's going to make the big move to another club. Some are even saying to Real Madrid to spite his old teammates at Atletico. Not to spite his old teammates, but just, to hurt the fans. Not for the purpose of hurting the fans, but just to go to another, whatever. Some people think he's going to go to Real. Same question as with Alexis Sanchez. Where do you think he's going to go? Where do you want to see him go? But now, out of the Premier League, let's talk some Andrea Belotti. So this Torino striker has been low-key killing it this season as he scored 22 goals in the Serie A so far. And this weekend against Palermo, he scored a 7-minute hat-trick, which surprisingly is only the 5th fastest hat-trick in Serie A history. The fastest ever scored was also by a Torino player, Valentino Mazzola, in 1947 against Vicenza.
But I mean, that was in 1947, so,
Torino hasn't had a player score over 22 goals since 1950, and these goals ensured that he and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Dortmund are the only 2 players in Europe's top 5 leagues that have scored 5 or more goals with each of their right foot, their left foot, the old noggin. Oh, and did I mention that this guy is only 23 years old as well? He's already crushed his numbers from last year as he scored 12 goals in 36 matches in all appearances. And this season he scored 22 in just 24 Serie A matches alone. Great form, that's 8 goals in 5 matches. No wonder their president wants to put his release clause, if he's to renew, at 150 million euros. While we're in Europe, let's hit up the Dutch Eredivisie and follow the old Rotterdam derby. No, I don't follow the Dutch Eredivisie very often, but I did see that Sparta Rotterdam had a goal scorer with a very, 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 very familiar name, Mathias Pogba. So Paul's other brother, not the one that looks like his twin at Saint-Etienne, but the other one that looks like his other twin at Sparta Rotterdam, sorry for getting sidetracked, but he scored the winning goal against Eredivisie leaders Feyenoord. So not only did that give Ajax the opportunity to close the gap to 2 points, which they failed to do as they only managed to draw versus Groningen, that loss also ended Feyenoord's 10-match winning streak. Not bad for manager and former player Gio Bronkhorst, and you know who else is still playing at Feyenoord and still banging in the goals? Well, a few goals. 36-year-old Dirk Kuyt. And lastly, let's talk Lukaku. Oh yeah? You want to be part of this one, homie? So Romelu Lukaku is now Everton's all-time top scorer in the Premier League, scoring his 61st goal in the game against Tottenham this weekend. What? passing Duncan Ferguson, who had only 60 goals, a fellow low-key Everton. Do you want to be here or no? Wow. Anyways, what I was trying to say before, I was rudely interrupted. We scored 61st this weekend against Spurs, and by the way, Everton lost 3-2. Steven, thank you for interrupting me because I forgot that little spicy detail. And that put him one past Duncan Ferguson, who still is employed by Everton, I believe. Is that correct, Adrian? Okay. Legend. Low-key legend. Low-key club legend. Say that 79 times fast. And it could be a very long time until we see someone else pass Lukaku's record, as this little Belgian is just getting started, bruh. And when I say little, I mean young. But I don't need to tell you all about that because I have a video to tell you all about that. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to watch my Rabona Lukaku documentary. I also have one on Antoine Griezmann and ya boy Dele Alli, who scored this weekend against Lukaku's club. The whole universe comes together. It makes sense. And hey, what better time to call it quits than now? Again, thank you guys so much for watching and for making your way to my channel from wherever you came from. Probably a Jimmy Conrad video, just willing to bet on that. But regardless, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the comment section of the next video. All right? Peace.